Hey, it's Rob. It's Wax Wednesday. It's stuff I picked up. And hey, welcome back. This week, not so much about stuff I picked up. A couple of reasons. I didn't pick up much stuff this past week. I remember last week I picked up all those jazz records, and I'm still trying to get through some of those. Wow. Amazing records. Really enjoying them. And this coming weekend, Krista and I are going to Halifax. So when we go to Halifax, we always look at records. And I know we got one that we get our sights set on is the new Joel Plaskett tribute, which is called Songs for the Gang. It was something that came out for his 50th birthday. It was a surprise to Joel. It was something that was pulled off by his management. But it's a who's who of Canadian alt pop, and I just can't wait to hear it because the track listing is fabulous. So looking forward to possibly diving into that and maybe possibly talking about that one next week. All right. So what we're going to do is give it a theme this week and kind of deal with stuff that I already have. Fair? All right. And what I thought I'd do this week is kind of focus on the colored vinyl side of collecting. You know, colored vinyl nowadays is really quite common, especially on new releases. It's strange that there wouldn't be a color variant involved, but back in the 70s and 80s and even before, but you know, it was really kind of novelty. I remember my first one was, I forget the year I got it for Christmas, but it was, I was pretty young, but it was Styx Pieces of 8, and it was on gold vinyl. I no longer have it. But when it was done early on, usually the gold color was done rather intentionally. For example, oh, yeah, of course, here it is. Doesn't get much more intentional than this. Beatles' White Album, white vinyl. Or get this. Are you ready? Pink Floyd's Animals. Pink Floyd on pink vinyl. This is a 1977 pressing from France. So really lucky to have that one. But you get the idea. But now it's just almost a boutique-y way of, you know, featuring your albums is with, you know, some cool variants when it comes to pressing them. And sometimes different color of pressings will indicate how early or how late the pressing is. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little fashion show. I'm going to show you 5 of my sexiest records. Are you ready? It's pretty sexy. These are beauties. Okay. We're going to start off with this one, which is the one that kind of got me thinking about doing this whole theme. It's a recent release. It's Bob Mould's new album, Here We Go Crazy. Bob Mould is, well, if you've been a fan of alternative music from back in the 80s, you might remember his old band Husker Du. Since then, he's had a solo career. He's been with Sugar. This is definitely a guitar-based record, but some of his solo releases have gone in an electronica phase, so he has tried to keep it interesting over the years, but I promised I wasn't going to get into a big speech about the artist. I was just going to show the record, so here it is. This is Bob Mould's Here We Go Crazy, and it is gorgeous. It is this blue, white, black. It's kind of a marble, but if you look and see closer where the blue, or rather where the black and the white meet, it looks almost like a splashing effect. And I don't think I've ever quite seen that before. Anyway, it's really nice. It's not only a great sounding record, it's a great looking record. So that's Bob Mould's Here We Go Crazy. I just love the look of this one. So yeah, that's Exhibit A. Oh, I'll put it away later. Can't forget the little records. Oh, back in the 90s, colored vinyl on the 7-inch format was quite common. And for years, this is one of my oldest favorite pieces of colored vinyl. I've had this since the early 90s. Like, we're talking like 35 years now. It was signed about 10 years ago by Evan Dando himself at a show. It's the 7-inch for Luca. Again, the Lemonheads. It's got this chunk marble kind of thing going on, where the gold meets the blue. It kind of goes to a green. I've just always been a big fan of this. And I think this would be probably the first time that I had seen this style of colored vinyl. And I've just always had a soft spot for this one. So the Lemonheads Luca 7-inch on this very special gold and blue vinyl. I love that. Very similar is this one, Against Me, the New Wave album, which came out in 2007. Against Me are kind of a cool agit pop kind of a thing. Definitely have some punk roots. Songs, especially here, have kind of a cool message, I think. Thrash Unreal's I've just loved that single ever since they released it. Stomp was another good one on this album. Anyway, I picked this up at a record expo. It was in Ollie LeBlanc's bin. So Ollie, I did give it a good home. I love this album. He was thinning out his stack, and I saw this one. I said, oh man, that sounds great. And anyway, I opened it up, and when I first saw it, I just saw the black, and then I saw this, and I go, whoa, I gotta have that. So anyway, I do love that. Great Halloween colors, right? The orange and black, beautiful. That's Against Me, and New Wave. Nice pressing, and a great sounding record too, I might add. Oh yeah. For the longest time, this one was my favorite. I love Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers. Probably one of my favorite New York punk acts. This is one of their reunion gigs, or actually, basically, it's a part of two different reunion gigs. Reunion gigs for the Heartbreakers usually happen when Johnny needed to, cough up some rent money. So, anyway, it's just a dirty New York rock and roll record, if you ask me. And this is the third version of this that I've owned. I've got a UK first pressing. I had an old Max's Kansas City pressing back in the 90s. I don't know what happened to that. Probably sold it like a dummy. But I did get this one. This was a Record Store Day release from a few years back. It's got, well, again, using the color palette of the front, it's got this spatter vinyl, which is very nice, but not to be outdone. It is a 2-album set. The volume 2 part is the same sort of thing, only it's a red and black, and it's muted by the sleeve, but it's quite vivid. Oh, what the heck, I'll bring it out. It's just gorgeous looking, and I love this record. It's almost like a tiger striping effect, but again, big fan of this record, and I just love the look of it. That's Heartbreakers live at Max's Kansas City, volumes 1 and 2. The volume 2 part was the special part of the release. It's like an extra few songs, and I haven't listened to it for a while, but I think Johnny leaves the stage to tune, and he just won't be seen for the rest of the night. He's lost interest. He's moved on to something else. So anyway, I do love that record, and I got to bring attention to this one because, again, if you're talking about a marbling effect, this is a great example of that. This is the Rolling Stones Record Store Day release from 2023. It is the toilet stall cover. I have a version of this, which is the RSVP envelope cover with the gold leaf binding down the side. That's quite a common one. I've never owned a copy of this before, so I was glad to get it. I was especially glad when I saw what it looked like, which is this. It's just a beautiful marble, and it looks fantastic on the turntable when it spins. I just love this record. Jigsaw Puzzle, Sympathy for the Devil, of course, Street Fighting Man. Oh man, great record. And what a beauty as well, right? Look at that marble. Great choices of color. So yeah, records not only to listen to, but to look at. So now you go and listen to one of your records and tell me about it in the comment section. That's it for Wax Wednesday this week. Till next Wednesday, take care. We'll talk soon.